Hi guys, Brian here. Welcome back to SaltFishTV. Today we're going to be talking about the Evo. This is going to be the update video for the Evo. It's been a long time since I have done a video, and especially an update video on the Evo. The Evo has gone through some major changes since the last video that I posted about it. We had a refugium, which led to Dino, which almost led to the crash of the tank. So the refugium is gone. Filtration completely changed. The tank is not what it used to be. Enough of me talking about it. Let's look at it. So as you can see, right off the bat, if you go and look at the 2-month update, we are now at 5 months. And you notice that the rockscape is completely different. I didn't like how crammed it was. The last one was super crammed with rock. Plus that rock that was on the bottom, right in this area, was full of green hair algae and the start of the Dino. So I just got rid of that rock completely, and I kept these red rock in there, and then I actually got a bunch of some live rock from somebody else that was breaking their tank down. So I added some neat little pieces in there, although I'm thinking about taking that piece out. I don't know if I like it right there or not, because I don't really have anything to put there. The blizzard clown is doing well. Speaking of fish, kind of has some fatalities in here. The Picasso clownfish, I think it jumped out because I can't find it anywhere. I looked in the filtration, I took everything apart, under rocks, everywhere. I could not find it. So my conclusion is that it jumped out of the tank and the cat ate it. And I also had a lawnmower balloon do the same thing. The second one, the first one died because it ate the Dino, and Dino is very poisonous. So we've had our ups and downs, a lot of downs, but we're coming back up. That PJ Cardinal just likes to hang out in that cave and not do anything. It's kind of boring. Alright, so getting into it, the rockscape is different. We have a completely different rockscape, and I think it works a lot better because there's more sand bed area for coral and whatnots. So let's talk about the Dino. So what originally brought the Dino was the refugium that I put in there. I put it in the second chamber. It was just Chaeto with a nice grow light, and I wasn't really keeping track of like the low nutrients. And guess what? When the Dino appeared, 0 nitrates, 0 phosphates. And I'm not sure how long it was like that, but by the time I tried to correct it and add some nutrients in there, it just wasn't working. The Dino took over. It was going everywhere, all over the sand bed, all over the rock. So what I did was immediately take the Chaeto out. I did a 3-day blackout, and I also dosed some Dino X in there, a couple doses, and also started feeding a lot of food. Like I was using Benapet's Nano Reef. You could use Reefroids, but that stuff is potent, and you can get some super high phosphates doing that. So you never know, you could get rid of the Dino, and next thing you know, you have hair algae everywhere, or some other kind of crappy algae you don't want. And then I did that for 3 days. It helped. And then I immediately went out and got a UV sterilizer. I went and picked up the $50 green machine. That's what it's called. Green machine UV sterilizer. And for about 2 weeks straight, I stirred up the sand bed to allow the dino to get into the water column and then therefore get sterilized by our UV. Ooh, focus on the wrong thing. But yeah, so that's how I defeated it. 3-day blackout with some Dino X, which also contributed to almost a tank crash because these corals were doing bad. Like, you're not supposed to do a water change when you have Dino, but guess what? I had to because my coral were suffering big time. And now they're starting to thrive. This bubble corals it got huge. I had to move it back a little more and move these acans and the blasto over here because it was getting wild. It's a freebie favia I got. And then this hammer coral is finally starting to grow. If we can focus on this dang thing, that's good enough. But yeah, it's finally starting to grow. For the longest time it would not grow. It was being stubborn. And let's see if we can get it. Focus, baby. Come on now. Alright. You can actually see that it's starting to lay more skeleton. Why you no focus? Whatever. Yeah, right there. Cool. Yep, you can see more skeleton finally getting laid down, and the branches of the hammers are actually starting to get longer finally. It's been so long. I didn't think this thing was going to survive. Yeah, there's that freebie I got. It's not doing too bad. And the frog spawn is doing really well. It's actually sprouting a ton of heads underneath. Let's see if we can get those. Might be a little too dark. You can kind of see them. You can kind of see them. But yeah, there's like 10 heads underneath there, it seems like. Not even kidding. Yeah, that's doing really well. And the torch is doing super good. Doing torch things. It finally had a head fully separate. And it's starting to grow more skeleton and I think another head. And the tentacles are getting super long finally too. I've loved to watch these things, they're so awesome. Oh, and this Monty finally decided to let its polyps out. This thing almost crashed too from the dino outbreak. And this Candy King coral, it's doing alright. Looks like it's about to reproduce asexually, because once they start drooping like that, they usually droop all the way down and then detach, and then they reproduce that way, so wherever it lands it sprouts another polyp. And this blasto is getting nice and big. It's hard to focus in this dang thing. There we go. Blasto's looking good. And these acans are doing really good. They're sprouting new heads every day, it seems. Each one gets like 2 new heads a day. The rainbow acan. This one that almost died a while back because it was receding tissue now has like 3 or 4 new baby heads on it. It's doing really well. And that red one back there keeps going on and off. It keeps tempting with the idea of death, but then it comes back and it starts puffing up. This one though, Not too sure about that one. Keeps puffing up, not puffing up, it's not popping any new heads. But it's still hanging in there. And that mushroom's getting bigger too. It's gotten bigger since I've had it. In like 3 months. Recordia. But yeah, okay. And I upgraded to the 1/2 inch RFG nozzle and some lock line. Kind of put some nice random flow in there, and I used the 0W10 G-Bayo, however you want to say it, wave maker. I keep it on the Elts mode, which is like a random mode with like a reef crest, and it does like random modes. The corals seem to really love it. What else? I've had some crabs die due to, I want to say, phosphates. And I also had a Aptasia outbreak, and I used Aptasia X on all the ones that I could find, and I haven't seen any since, knock on wood. Got the Smart Aqua ATO. Let's see here, so I can turn up some light. Ooh, looks gross. It's all yellow with this lens on. So, okay, chamber 1. I use filter floss. It's kind of dirty right now. I'm going to change it tonight. Use some filter floss or your pillow stuffing, which is what I choose to use because it's cheap and it's effective. And then I have, can't really see it, Chemi Pure Blue, and I have the rest of this. I have the intake media basket for chamber 1 and chamber 2, and then I use Marine Pure balls. I use nothing but Marine Pure balls and Chemi Pure Blue and filter floss in chamber 1. It's proving effective for my system. I got a couple more balls in here, the original ceramic rings in chamber 2. This is chamber 2, and then some crushed up rock that I put in the bottom. And then chamber 3 is my heater, return pump, and also what's really good to have, because salt water is super highly conductive, and with all these electronics plugged in, you get stray voltage. Get a grounding cable. It improves your fish life, your coral life, and overall health of your tank. Because if your tank's not grounded, you'll notice it if you're getting straight voltage or not, because you'll see your fish do weird like jerking motions. My fish were starting to do jerking motions. I didn't know what it was until I was educated by one of the local guys here. And he said, yeah, you need to ground your tank. I ground mine. And guess what? They instantly stopped jumping like jumping jelly beans. But yeah, this clownfish is super hardy. It's been through a lot. All in all, I almost took this tank down too. So right now for a cleanup crew, I think I got 1 or 2 hermit crabs that survived somehow, and I have 1 turbo snail down there. He does a very good job at keeping the algae under control. I also try to limit my red and green light spectrum. Mostly blue, and then a tad on with the red and green for like a purple look. But yeah, 5 months in, got a little bit of some like turf algae going on in there. But I've started learning to just let things run its course, not do too many big changes. Biological filtration is key. I have nothing but Marine Pure balls in there and things for bacteria to colonize on, and some Chemi Pure Blue. That's like charcoal and phosphate remover or some sort. But yeah, we're growing. I'm excited to see how these acans go. Like, it's exciting to see the polyps get bigger and bigger, and then making polyp babies. They're doing super good. That pipe organ almost died too, but it's starting to make more flowers. It's doing really well. Some empty shells for crabs and things. Yeah, we had some coral die, but some live on. It's all part of the hobby. It happens. Oh yeah, I do have some Astrea snails. There's one on the back there. Some algae, coralline and things on the wall there. All in all, this tank is finally turning around and becoming healthy. And honestly, I don't dose anything in this tank. I put bacteria in here every once in a while. I use Dr. Tim's stuff. Because bacteria is good for your tank. Can't overdose bacteria. Just follow directions. But yeah, 5 months in, we saved it. Everything's doing really well and thriving. I'm happy. If you have any questions about anything, let me know. Oh, and also, this light is very different than the last video. The last video we were using a $60 light off of Amazon, and guess what? This is the same price as that one, but it has more output, and it's more full spectrum, and it's what I wanted. Chinese black box. These things work. It's only 60 bucks. Full spectrum as well. The company name is Watt Shine. I really like this light. It's a very good light, especially for a tank like this. Really good light. Does the LPS well. Alright guys, well this was the Evo 5 months update. We had our ups and downs. We had some big downs. Tank almost crashed. I almost gave up on it. But it lives. The tank lives on. Everything is thriving and living and doing well. It's a good little tank. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, put them down below in the old comment box section. Let me know what your heart desires. Alright guys, well this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed the update. It's a good tank. I recommend you getting one. It's pretty cheap to start it. Aaron's Aquarium showed you how. Anyway, so if you haven't joined already, there's a giveaway for the K1 Ice Cap K1 Nano Protein Skimmer, and it's the video right here. Somewhere in here, it's going to be in here. All you have to do is be a subscriber and comment one comment, and you're entered to win. Easy enough, and I'll ship it straight to you. Thanks again guys for subscribing. Please like this video if you like it. SaltFishTV.